Hey guys, came across this article. I just wanted to share it with you. I'll actually put the link in the description and also in the comments, so that way you can read it as well if you like. It's unfortunate. Once again, you have somebody taking advantage of other people. Just the seeing articles like this, it just makes it difficult for people like us who are legitimately doing the right things with our investments and having other people invest their hard-earned money, especially with me regarding these mortgage notes. It's just a shame. It's just yet again you have somebody taking advantage of elderly people, and I'll just read this article. And like I said, I'll link the description, or I'll link the link in the description and also in the comment. So, Moreno Valley man pleads guilty to running Ponzi scheme that took in more than 24 million from hundreds of victim investors. I mean, that just blows my mind. Riverside, California, Riverside County man has pleaded guilty to a federal crime charged for running a Ponzi scheme that lasted nearly 20 years and fraudulently obtained more than 24 million from at least 200 investors, the Justice Department announced today. I mean, 20 years, 2 decades, that's a very long time to be running this Ponzi scheme. And I don't know if you're familiar with the Ponzi scheme, but basically in this instance, he was using the money from his new investors to pay the returns to the other investors. So that way, yeah, he would just cycle in new investors to give the old investors money. So that way, they weren't really any wiser that something was going on. It just blows my mind. Paul Horton Smith Sr., 59 of Moreno Valley, pleaded guilty late Monday afternoon to one count of wire fraud. According to his plea agreement, Smith operated Riverside based companies named North Star Communications LLC, Planning Services Incorporated, and eGate LLC from July 2000 to May 2020. Smith obtained money from investors by soliciting individuals who were often elderly or retired to invest in something Smith called North Star. Some of the investors previously were planning services clients. Smith communicated with the victim investors regarding North Star in person, over the telephone, via email, and text messages. He falsely told investors that North Star was an annuity or an investment like an annuity. He falsely told other investors that North Star invested in real estate or followed the stock market. He typically told the investor that their investment would generate a fixed rate of return and was a safe investment. I'm just going to stop right there. Usually, when you hear safe or guaranteed, your investment antenna should be going up. Investing is risky, and it's one of those things where if you are looking to invest, please do so with the mindset that things do happen, and if you lost that money, it wasn't going to be the end of the world for you. It's just but in this particular case, this guy was clearly using the money to do other things. Anyway, I'll keep continuing. While Smith led most North Star investors to believe his company reinvested their initial investment, generating the percentage they were to earn. In fact, he never invested the money. Instead, Smith deposited all investor funds into an interest, or I'm sorry, a non-interest bearing checking account. And it's just good lord. Smith used some money from later North Star investors to pay earlier North Star investors monthly interest payments and to repay earlier investments who wanted to withdraw their investments. For example, in April 2019, Smith calls one victim to invest with him $400,000 life insurance proceeds after the victim's spouse has died. The victim wrote a personal check for the amount, and the check was deposited into a bank account in Riverside, which then was electronically transferred into the bank's Alabama headquarters for processing. Smith promised the victim he would invest $400,000 in a safe investment with a 5% return, but Smith never invested the money. Instead, he transferred the funds to pay other victims of the Ponzi scheme and attempt to conceal his criminal activities. Smith made 11 payments to the victims that totaled $163,324. As a result of the scheme, Smith fraudulently obtained more than 24 million dollars from at least 200 investors, Of these investors, 106 victims have not been fully repaid. The total loss for these victims, sorry, is $13,331,505. United States District Judge Jesus G. Burnell scheduled on April 1st sentencing hearing, at which time will Smith will face a statutory maximum sentence of 20 years in federal prison. It just blows my mind. The, two, 20 years, 2 decades. I mean, this is a very long time to be running this scheme. You know, like I always tell people, always encourage people to always do your due diligence on everybody. Do a background check on them, or you really can't do a background check, but what you can do is you can do a Google check on them. Google their name, Google their company name, Google both the name and their company, check the Better Business Bureau. Go one step further and go to the county clerk of courts and actually look up that individual. If something is there, something will pop up. You will be surprised at the amount of information that's out there. If only you just take the time to do your due diligence. And unfortunately for these people, these investors, 20 years, I mean, that's a very long time to be running this scheme. It's just unfortunate, and like I said earlier, it's one of these things where this type of stuff makes it harder for us, that people, investors like us that are legitimately doing the right thing, taking the right steps necessary to provide these great returns. Secure, in my case, it's secured by real estate. I buy performing and non-performing mortgage notes, and they're secured by the asset. So if the borrower stops paying, then we can just foreclose on the property, take the property back, and just kind of go from there. But in this particular case, I mean, from what this said, he wasn't even making. He wasn't even investing the money. He was just taking that money that he got from investor A to pay for investor B, and who knows what else. But anyway, I just want to share this article with you. Just please always do your due diligence on everything and anything you're looking to do, whether it's investing, whether it's, you're looking for a mentor or a coach or buying some type of product. Just take the time, please. Take your time and just do a real quick Google search and see what comes back on that particular person, that company, or whatever you're looking for. Hopefully this helps. I will continue when I find articles like this, news articles, real estate related articles, these schemes like this. I'll make a video of these and post them. Hopefully you find value in them. Please let me know your thoughts and comments. Hopefully you guys haven't been taken by somebody like this, but if you have, please feel free to, you can anonymize the person, or if you want to name the person, that's fine. It's just what I want to do is on these articles like this, I just want to provide information for other people that may see this, so that way they can have clear steps that they could probably do in order to help prevent this from happening. In fact, I may actually do a video on how to actually just Google search particular people, and you'd be surprised on what comes back. So in any event, just please feel free to leave your comments, suggestions, and if you found value in this, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to me ramble on. And I just feel so bad for these investors. I hope, pray that that they are able to get some type of restitutions from this. All right, guys, I'll see you.